All right, what's up guys? So we're gonna do the third video that I promised on the first day. So I already had a question of people basically asking how to find the right weight of how they're gonna work out. It's a great question. Not a lot of people know how to actually establish their working set or their working weight. So as you get into a movement, let's take leg day for example. So let's pull over. All right, so on this week's programming, leg day starts off with Smith machine squats or just back squats. So you don't want to just jump in there, throw a couple plates on and start going. You're going to hurt yourself or you're just going to have a really bad day. So what you want to do is you want to already have your dynamic stretching, your muscles are already ready to go, but you don't want to just start throwing weight on there and then just doing something really bad. So you want to start at a lower weight that's really easy. You do like 20 reps on, just kind of warm your body up, let your body know, hey, this is what we're doing, let's get this going. And then it actually mentally prepares you to start adding more weight on there. There's some people like to just throw more weight on there. This is specifically what I like to do, but this is something to be able to find what your working weight is for that day specifically. If you're a seasoned lifter and you already know your weight, you probably already do this anyway. I have seen some people just start throwing weight on the bar and just going after it and they swear up and down by it, but that's a great way to get hurt. So what you'll do is you'll go to whatever piece of equipment you're gonna do and you're just gonna start warming up. So get on let's take the Smith machine for example. You get on the Smith machine, throw 10s on there or whatever it is. I think I start with 25s or 45s. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. I'll do a few sets to kind of let my body know what's going on. We start getting into the movement and I just start adding weight on there. I know that I'm gonna start my sets around 135, 155. It just really depends on how I'm feeling. I just got bounced back from an injury, from a foot injury, so I haven't really been pushing back squats too much. So my numbers have fallen down. It's not that crazy. But as I start getting into the movements, I start to feel how I'm feeling that day. Some people have bad days. Some people have great days. If 135 feels amazing, don't make that your first set. Don't make that your first working set. Make that as just a warm-up set. Then throw a more weight on there. That still felt great. You're hitting your numbers. Then just keep pushing that up until you start to struggle to hit, 12 reps. So as you're getting into on the first set, if you're barely getting 10 reps, then that weight is already too heavy. It's not going to be enough. You need to be hitting these actual set numbers. So you need to back it off a little bit because you came into that, you either didn't warm up right or you just bit off more than you could chew. So you want to warm it up. You want to get the weight and keep adding, and then say 135. All right, 135 felt good. Let me see what 155 feels like. Throw 155 on the bar. You do your set. You're like, all right, well, I feel like I could have done more. So then maybe you did more. Maybe you did 15 reps instead of 12. Don't count that as your first working set. Put more weight on the bar. When you're hitting 12 and you're like, all right, that feels pretty good. You're struggling. You get to 10. You're like, all right, let's suck it up and let's push these other 2 reps out. Now you know you're in your working set. Generally, once you hit that first set, you can start adding a little bit more weight on there. If you look at the logs, you can see I progress up on some movements. It'll feel good, and then I'll add another 10 pounds on there. If you want to find the weight that you're just really struggling at and keep hitting it, you can. There's different methods behind all that stuff, but just keep adding a little bit of weight until it's really hard. And that 12th set, that 12th rep, you are struggling to get that final rep in. Then you know you are at that working weight that you need to be at, and you can hit your other movements that way. And then say on your second one, you hit 225, and you're like, oh, that really sucked. You do the next one, you hit 225 again, and you're like, all right, I can push it. Let's go. And then put another 10 pounds on there or whatever, and then maybe on your last one you don't get that 12 in there, you only get 10. Hey, it's better. You're pushing yourself to fatigue. You're still going to get better at it. So don't be scared to not add too much weight, thinking that, oh well, I did 12, so let me just do these 12 this time. On that last set especially, you should be really struggling on that last set to finish out whatever the rep amount is. It's either 12 or it's 15 or whatever I have programmed. You should be on the last couple reps of that. You should really be hurting, especially I'd say the last 2 sets of that movement. You should be really digging deep and questioning why you're there, to the amount of effort that you're putting in there, if that makes sense. All right, thanks guys.